What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, this is a special video, and also too, if you notice, I'm not in the Mustang by any means. This is one of the dailies that I have that I completely put miles on, so don't judge me. But anyway, so as you guys seen by the description of the video, I made my biggest business purchase yet. Now, for those of you that don't know or are not aware or even follow me on social media, I really don't go crazy posting about it, but I figured while I'm looking for another build to do, why not take you guys on the journey that I'm gonna be having on my business outside of YouTube? Because I mean, if you're a car guy, I mean, you obviously enjoy cars. So that means if it's got wheels, a motor, a transmission, and it moves, I figured the guys would enjoy this, right? So, I mean, if I enjoy it, maybe they might enjoy it. And sometimes a little bit of something different can just be exactly what we're looking for when it comes to content, because obviously a lot of the content is a little bit repetitive. And well, when it comes to the car culture, it's very repetitive. It's pretty much the same thing. You build a motor, you build a transmission, you get some cool wheels, get some sticky tires, you put a wrap, you make it go fast, it breaks, and you repeat the cycle. It's a fun cycle, it's a dope cycle. But as of right now, I'm trying to find that cycle for the car content. But in the meantime, I figured why not give you guys an awesome little series about me building essentially, or putting together. Now, when I say putting together, guys, obviously I'm not building it from the ground up. I'm essentially going to tastefully modify it to my liking. Well, with that being said, welcome to my semi-series. So as you guys can see, this is my new to me 2017 CNG Pinnacle Mac. Now, she is a little rough around the edges, but to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't have it any other way. And the only reason why I say that is because this is technically my project. This is something that I'm super happy about, super excited for, not only because it's gonna be my new little business venture outside of YouTube, but I get to build a semi with you guys, and you guys are gonna follow me on this journey. And I think personally it's gonna be freaking exciting. For the most part, I know a lot of you guys are here for the car content, but again, like I said in the intro, why not switch it up a little bit? Hopefully you guys stick around, watch this build happen and come to fruition, come to exactly how I want it to be put together, and then we'll get back to the car content. I'll be mixing it up, obviously. This will have its own little special drops, and then the other content will still drop in between. But I mean, guys, it's a semi. How could you not be excited about a semi build, right? Now let's go inside really quick. Now, there is a feature in here that I don't think a lot of you guys caught when I did the whole little montage, but check this out. It's a 10-speed. Now, I'll be honest, driving a 10-speed for the type of work that I'm gonna be doing, I wouldn't say it's ideal. To be honest with you, yes, it has its perks and it has its upsides, but it also has its downsides, because where I will be going to, let me just say, sometimes traffic can be pretty brutal. And when you have 3 pedals, for anyone that drives a daily 3-pedal stick shift car, it's not fun. But besides it not being fun, it's going to be fun to put this together. Now, the interior itself is not too bad. The passenger seat barely has any wear and tear on it, but let me show you this driver's seat. Obviously, the driver's seat has been a little rough, you know, to say the least. Let me see. Yeah, it's a little beat, to be honest, but nothing a reupholsterer can't fix. There is a downside to this as well. My little seat thing is broken and it's kind of locked right now, and I can't move it to go this way or that way. So I can't move it forward and back. For those of you that are not aware, this is air ride suspension. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Air ride suspension in the semi. Why? Because the semi can ride a little rough. So as you guys can see, my seat goes up and down. I don't know if you guys can really tell through that, but it goes up and down. And the only issue I'm having is, yes, I'm a tall guy, but again, guys, driving a stick shift, you want to be able to move your seat as close as you possibly can so you can relieve some of that stress on the knee. And As you can see, this is not a light cable. Now, I know I'm gonna be forgetting some things as far as for, you know, when it comes to the whole aspect of this, but we're gonna learn, and you're gonna learn a lot with me because, again, this is my first time ever owning a semi, and it's a big change for me, especially now that I'm gonna be considered an owner-operator. A lot of responsibility, to say the least. But check this out. We have no air in the system. For those of you that don't know, this is that big horn that everybody loves hearing. Well, I haven't even seen it, to be honest with you. I've been driving semis for already going on 3 years, and I haven't had anyone tell me, yo, honk the horn. So if you see a driver out there, do it, because I feel like it's starting to become something that a lot of people have forgotten exists, and I haven't lived out that dream yet. But I digress. Let me show you guys what's under the hood. Now, the one thing about a semi, guys, is that this hood is not only huge, but it's also heavy. Gotta make sure we drop it nice and slow. And the only reason why I say that is because check this out. If you notice this little part right here, which I am going to fix, it's not quite OEM, right? Let me show you the other side. So if you notice, this is exactly how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to have a little shock so it can help you with the soft closing and stuff like that. It looks to me like this bracket on that side is missing, and then that little section somewhere right here, this one is broken. So if you take a good look at this one, and if you take a good look here, this one is broken. So more than likely what I'm gonna end up purchasing is this whole little assembly here. So that way we can go ahead and put that little shock back on. But the main focus is not just this little stuff. It's this ginormous thing right here. And that's right, fellas. I got myself a little Cummins in here. Big boy Cummins. Now, if I learned anything online, is that Cummins engines don't shoot the messenger now. From what I've seen, is that this is an ideal engine. A lot of guys look for Cummins engines for the reliability aspect, but I did hear that they're pretty pricey when it comes to labor. Now tell me this isn't the biggest fan you've seen in your life. Look at how huge that thing is. Jesus. Now the cool thing about owning a semi is I officially can say that I own a vehicle that has a big single turbo. I mean, come on guys, it's a big boy, you know? It's a big boy. I don't know exactly all the specs and everything about the engine and all that, but what I can tell you is that she moves. Now, another thing that maybe some of you haven't noticed yet, and I will show you that right now, is that this semi runs off of CNG. For those of you that don't know what that means, no, it doesn't mean clean natural gas or California natural gas. It means compressed natural gas. Now, the best way I can describe it is when you turn on that stove in your kitchen, pretty much the same thing. Some of you might be like, that's kind of scary. That's my this or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it is scary, but it's cheaper on fuel, okay? I think I'm paying like $2 and some change compared to diesel, which right now can vary anywhere from where you're at in the States. I think over here right now, it's around $4 or $5. It used to be $6. And the CNG, the compressed natural gas, is like $2.30, $2.40, somewhere around there. But check this out, boys. I got some deep dishes right here. Now, for those of you that don't know what this is, let me go ahead and break it down for you. This is a fifth wheel. This is essentially what the container or the chassis or the dry van, whatever you want to call it, connects to. The kingpin, which is the pin that goes underneath the container, chassis, or the dry van, whatever you want to call it, goes in, locks into place, and this is what allows it to swivel the way that you want it when driving. Now, I want to say this for all my stance boys, okay? You're not the only one that has bags. Every semi comes with airbags. Airbag suspension, so it can ride a lot smoother, because if you've ever driven a semi, and if you haven't, let me just tell you this, it can get pretty bumpy sometimes. And I'm talking, imagine you had a car with coilovers and you had it on the stiffest setting. That's what a semi can feel like if your bags are not working properly, okay? Just keep that in mind. So these are literally the most important things on here, other than the engine and the transmission, obviously. Now, when it comes to tires, these bad boys can be very, very expensive. And as you can tell, some of these are already leaving the chat, and some of these look damn near brand new. Now, the one thing I did want to show you guys is, you ever been driving by a semi and a rock just flies out of nowhere? It's because of stuff like this. These grooves are so big, so wide, that rocks just get stuck in there, whether you like it or not. And I'll be honest, I'm one of those drivers that if I see a rock, I'll try to pop it out, because I look out for the little four-wheel drivers out there. For those of you that don't know, four-wheel drivers are what semi drivers call you guys normal traffic, right? The little regular cars, we call them four-wheelers, because as you can see, there is quite a bit of wheels on here. So I think in total here is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we got 10 on this unit alone. Now, there are some of these that come with big boy tires. So like, you know, when you purchase rear tires for your race car, you know how they can be 315s, 355s, and so on, the width. Now, these originally came with one big single tire, and the reason why is because they did that for fuel efficiency. Wow, that was a tongue twister. Fuel efficiency. They did it for fuel efficiency, and it was a lot lighter on the motor and the chassis and all that. But the previous owner, my mentor, essentially swapped them out because those can be pretty tricky to purchase sometimes, especially to get out here, and they can be a little bit more expensive. With these, you can just go ahead and buy them pretty much anywhere or from anyone. So in the long run, it makes sense, but when you have to purchase new tires, which I will be purchasing, because if you know anything about me and how I keep my Mustang, I like to keep it clean and everything matching. So I'm gonna try to be doing the same thing with this semi right here. I'm gonna need new tires. And let me just tell you, if you thought your car tires were expensive, let me just tell you, these are super duper expensive, especially the front ones. Now, when it comes to these bad boys right here, my mentor was pretty much telling me that he recently replaced the front steers on one of the semis that he owns, and I think it cost him like anywhere between 12 to 1500 bucks with installation and everything, just the front alone. Now that's just 2 tires, all right? So keep in mind, I have 10, so it's gonna get pretty pricey. So when it comes to this line of work, you have to have some money saved or some money for repairs and all that other stuff, because it's gonna get pretty expensive pretty fast if you do not maintain this semi. Because you have to remember, this is technically your office on wheels, and you want to keep your office as clean as possible. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get into some little imperfections and some things that are obvious, and for some of you that don't know, I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So as you can see right here, we have different steps. That's a different one, this is a different one, and that's a different one. This one here is broken, right? Which means this would hold this, and as you can see, it's nice and floppy, and well, whatever was supposed to be helping it hold is no longer holding, and it's this, see? So I need to get that welded so this stays stationary, and then I need to maybe put some holes right there and put some pins, but yeah. Gonna try to see if I can find these parts and replace it or get someone to weld that for me. I'm also missing the steps here, but my mentor has them. He says that he took them off because he's gonna powder coat them, because as you can see, they're not the prettiest. So we're missing that. Another thing, if you look at this side, same thing. These are actually matching. These are a little bit different. And I'm gonna try to see if I can find all of these sets in matching sets, because I'm a little anal when it comes to stuff like this. Oh, another thing, if you notice, this one still hasn't broken yet 100%, but it's already cracking. But essentially it keeps this in place. See how stiff that is now? Over time, obviously parts break, they wear, and so on, but we're gonna try to see if we can either have someone weld this, reinforce it, or purchase some new ones. Probably purchasing some new ones would be ideal. As you can see down here, this bracket is also broken. So it's a lot of little things that we're gonna fix when it comes to the semi. And then this section here, these little mirrors, they vibrate quite a bit, which means I need to get another one. And that is cracked and broken. It's a little on the ugly side, to say the least, but we're gonna fix all of that as we progress. I just wanted to go ahead and do an introductory video so you guys can see what we're gonna be working with for these next couple videos. Another thing I forgot to mention, I wanted to turn it on so you guys can hear it and hear the way that the pumps or the compressor works when it pushes in the CNG, the compressed natural gas. But unfortunately, the battery's dead. No one's been using it, so the battery's died, and well, it's not just one battery, it's a couple batteries that need to be jumped. And I don't want to do that at this moment in time because I don't have jumper cables. So it's not that I don't want to, it's technically I can't. So it is what it is at that point. But fun fact that I didn't tell you guys, when it comes to moving containers from the port, this was actually the first semi I ever drove. So I guess you can say I have a little bit of a soft spot for it. Again, I wish it would have been automatic, because when it comes to semis, an automatic is amazing. But as of right now, as my first semi ever, I think this is a good start, especially with California being as strict as they are when it comes to emissions and stuff like that. When it comes to the port, they're no longer allowing diesel vehicles in. They have to be clean vehicles. Some semis already got kind of grandfathered in, like where if you are already registered, you're good and you don't have to worry about getting kicked out. But if you have a brand new semi and you registered in, you risk getting kicked out if they notice that your semi is not a clean one. So it's kind of a loophole in a sense, but whatever the case may be, all I know is that this one shouldn't have any issues. And another thing too is, since this is a clean energy vehicle technically, like a clean truck. At some ports, they have like front of the line passes, I guess you can say. Not in the front of the line pass, but like they have certain areas where clean energy vehicles can cut the line if the line is super long. And there is a port that I go to frequently, and it can get pretty backed up, and it's nice to have a vehicle like this because you can cut the whole line. Now, when it comes to the mirrors were replaced. My mentor and myself replaced them, but we were in kind of a rush because the day that I did it, I had an appointment set up and they replaced it. And well, this mirror moves left and right, but you have to go opposite. So if you want to go left, you have to go right. And if you want to go right, you go left. So the wiring needs to be fixed, but since I'm gonna get new ones, that can wait. That one doesn't move at all, like at all. You have to physically move the mirror, and I'm assuming when we did the wiring, we didn't do it right, and I'm gonna make sure I fix that. If I can't fix it, I'm gonna get someone that can, because that is very annoying, and those are very useful when driving a semi. But essentially, guys, this would be my POV of driving a semi. Hopefully in the next video, we can go on a little drive so I can show you guys how to float gears. I'm not the best, but I'm also not the worst. So I think it would be fun to go on a drive and show you guys what a semi actually looks like for those of you that have never been in a semi on the road from my personal POV. And then you guys get to also see some of the blind spots we have, because oh my God, guys, we have so many blind spots, and a lot of the little cars, the four-wheelers, don't understand that, and they think we see everything and we don't. So keep that in mind. So that would be a fun one for the next video. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I know this video was more of a introductory kind of video, which was kind of what I wanted. But thank you guys for sticking out. And the next videos, we're gonna start making some progress on some parts that I already have on order. And let's get this semi looking good, because I might be basic and I might do some wheels and some wraps, or some hubcaps and some wraps. But I digress. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. But with that being said, see you guys in the next one. Peace.